Ready? Hello, everybody. I'm just kind of a spontaneous little live here, and I'm just going to be working on my daughter's birthday cake. Show you guys how I put my cake together, and then I'm going to sculpt a little dog with modeling chocolate that's going to be coming up over the top of the cake. All right, there we go. Up over the top of the cake. All right, so I've already gotten one sliced in half the way I want it. This is how it comes out of the pan. I did already trim off the top, and this is just a my kids really enjoy my marble cake, but this time I did it so that when it gets cut, it'll look like zebra stripes, and they're pink and brown. Just, she's my only girl, so we do it girly. Now, how I cut without any extra tools and whatnot is I just use toothpicks. This cake is right at 2.5 inches. So I just go in halfway and put a toothpick as kind of my guide. Because I don't think that there's any reason that you should have to pay $200 for some equipment to cut your cakes. Just how I do it. So these are going to be like your guide. And what I like to do is just go in and make a little mark all the way around. This is just a big bread knife that I'm using, a serrated bread knife. And there you go. You got that cut right in half. So like I said, I already did the first two. I'm going to set this aside so I can get my... This is not my final cake board that I'm using. This is just what I'm going to put it together on to crumb coat it. I'm going to put just a tiny bit of buttercream in the middle just to hold it still while I'm working on it, but not a lot because I am going to remove it from here and use it. I am also just using my all butter buttercream. There's a recipe for that on the site as well. So I'm going to take my bottom layer, which is just the bottom of the cake, stick it down here. Pop some buttercream down on there. And my buttercream is pretty cold, so it's slightly stiff. I prefer doing it this way just because it cuts down on some of my chill time in between getting my cake done. And scooting around because this buttercream is pretty stiff. That's okay. I'm just leveling this out so it is flat and I get an even amount of buttercream on there. I'm not going to scrape this back into my bowl because it's got some crumbs in it, and I do not want crumbs in my buttercream, so I just use a little extra bowl, and I'll continue to use that. I just don't want to mix it in with my other buttercream. I'm going to take my second layer here. Make sure it's on there in the middle. Hello, Luella. And if you guys have any questions about like other things you're working on and whatnot while I'm doing this, feel free to ask them. I'm just, like I said, this was not really a tutorial or anything. This is just me working. Hello, Joy. It's kind of, it's a marble cake, but it's gonna have the zebra look whenever it gets cut. My kids always request the marble cake, but since it's for my daughter, I just did it in a little zebra pattern for her. And this is definitely a little bit of a taller cake. This is not your standard, 4, 5-inch cake. All right. Now I'm going to put the top on, which is just the other bottom. That's kind of a little bit better of a shot of the zebra stripes in there. Amy, I always make too much icing. This I have made 1.5 batches of my regular buttercream, and I'll probably have some left over, but I'd rather have too much and then freeze what I have left than have to stop halfway through making my cake to make more buttercream. Alright, I'm just crumb coating this now, filling in any little gaps I have. You're welcome. And buttercream is freezable. You can also keep it in the fridge for a little while. So I don't really worry about making too much. Alright. That's pretty good for me for a crumb coat. Like I said, it is just a crumb coat, so it's not supposed to be gorgeous. Alright, I'm going to stick this in my fridge, and I'm going to start working on the dog. Oh, I will show you guys, just in case you want to know how tall this cake is. Crumb coated. It's about 6 1/4 inches tall. Alright, I'm going to clean this area up. I just put a towel over my buttercream while I work with my modeling chocolate. My cake crumbs. Alright, now I'm going to get my modeling chocolate. For those of you guys that were watching yesterday with the modeling chocolate, this is the rose that we did. And it is much more sturdy from setting out. I just wanted to show you guys. I didn't put this in the fridge or anything. I just set it out overnight. But that's that. Okay, so like I said, this is just going to be a dog. Basically, it's just going to be the head and little paws that's going to be kind of coming out of the top of the cake. I'm also going to be doing a bow on the front of the cake. This is just the modeling chocolate from yesterday that I just stored in a airtight container. That's just how I keep mine. I'm just going to knead this together, and I'm actually going to add in some of my white chocolate to kind of lighten it up. Because I only need a little bit of dark brown. And this has gotten pretty stiff from overnight, but it will quickly warm just by working it and having it in my hands. Alright, I'm going to set some of it aside for the nose and the ears. And full disclosure, guys, I have not made a dog yet. I've made people and flowers and makeup and all kinds of other things, but I haven't made a dog yet. So it's not, I have not been sitting here practicing or anything. Another thing you can do with this chocolate, if you wanted to, would be to knead in some fondant to it, if you really wanted it to be more elastic. Tamiko, I hope I said that right. This is just a piece of silicone that I got from like a hobby store, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. A lot of them sell different ones. I use this one if I know I'm going to be cutting anything, because you don't want to cut on your silicone mat. I mean on your like a Silpat mat or anything like that. But I've cut on this one and it's not a big deal if it gets cut. All right. I'm going to put a little bit of this white to the side because I do need a little bit of a lighter color. Is anybody else working on anything today? Any big orders coming up? Scoot. Alright, that's a little lighter. I'm going to add a little more white chocolate in here. Snoopy cake and cookies. Aw, first birthday. I'll be excited to see how that comes out. I love Snoopy. That'll be cute. Are you doing any sculpted aspects or just... No sculpting. I will tell you that once you start sculpting, it gets pretty addictive. It's fun. Well, for me, it's fun. I enjoy it. It can be intimidating when you start, but you just gotta kind of learn how to go with the flow. But it's fun. I enjoy it. Definitely start with some easier stuff. I'm slightly intimidated about this dog I'm about to work on. Just because, like I said, I haven't done one, and I'm trying to figure out exactly how it's going to go. But it's for my daughter, so hopefully she'll like it either way. So the cake I'm doing is 6 inches. This is a board, a 6-inch board. I'm just trying to gauge what size I want the head to be. All right. Do want it to be a little bit bigger, but instead of mixing more chocolate, I'm going to take this and turn it into a ball and wrap this around it. That just saves me a little bit of work there. Now I'm just going to kind of, and this is like facing me. I'll try to do it facing you guys. Just going to get the general shape that I'm going for. That's another thing about sculpting this stuff, is that you kind of have to picture what it's going to look like, because at first it's going to be looking incredibly funny and you're like, there's no way this is going to look how I want it to. So you got to picture it 5 steps ahead. And I'm looking at a picture of kind of the idea of what I want here. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside to kind of cool down a little bit. And then I'll come back to it. Add just a little bit brown to this. I don't want it to go too dark. I need some ideas of what we're going to do on Friday. On Friday's live. Wednesday is going to be just like a Q&A, what you need help on, what you guys would like to see, any questions you may have, any of that type of stuff. But Friday, I'm not sure. All right, I gotta get my good morning, Cassandra. Get my little rolling pin real quick. And my razor. Hello, Marlene. Hello, Kelly. Amy, you can, okay, hang on. Let me get my thoughts together. So if you can, or if you have time to let it set overnight just on the counter, that's the best way to do it. If you don't have time, you can pop it into the fridge for like 30 minutes and it'll help set it up a little faster. That's not how this is going to look in the end, but I just needed a general shape here. I'll trim it up once I get it on here. I don't know how good. Can you hand me that cup with those modeling tools in it, please? I'm find what I'm looking for in here. Really? I'll just use this. Cool. All right. Put a little. Hello, Pooja. I hope I pronounced that right. Hello, Lori. That's way too big. I'm gonna try to give this guy a little nose here, so maybe he can start coming together. My hands are getting really hot, so my chocolates. Oh, awesome, good. I'm glad. Really, that's still big. And kind of want to change this. Bear with me, guys. This is the perfect part What are you making? I am making my daughter's birthday cake. I've already crumb coated and chilled it. It's in the fridge. Now I'm just making a Molly chocolate dog. It's just going to be like the head and the little paws on the top of the cake. But I didn't like that, so I'm going to fix it. What I'm going to do this time, I'm going to do a little different this time. See how I want to. Well. She will want to, but I will not let her eat the whole thing. That is a whole lot of chocolate. She will get a little bit of it though. Oh. Oh, well, thank you for joining in while you could. I'm hoping that I'll be done by the time he's awake. Okay, Connie. That would be quite a bit. I'm the strict mom when it comes to the sweets. My kids don't eat a tremendous amount of cake, believe it or not. Okay, that is a little better than the first time. That looks a little more like a dog than the first time around. And I'll be adding some details as I go. Gonna make me some little indentions where I'm gonna have my eyes at. Oh, good. I like the real time aspect. It's real. You can see that things don't just happen perfect every time. All right. Let's work on some eyes for this little guy. Or girl. It's going to be a girl dog. Can't really put a boy dog on her cake. A little piece of this. And I'll go back and add some little details like the little whisker spots and stuff like that. But for now, just trying to get it to look like a little dog. All right. The eyes are a little big right now. A little closer. Probably would have been a lot smarter to lay that one on top of this one to get them exactly the same. But I wasn't thinking about that. Can do it this way. Not the biggest fan of doing eyes because I'm still trying to figure out how to get them to look exactly the same. I always get one really awesome eye and then one kind of weird eye. Thank you, Sherry. All right. Let's really get some look more like eyes here. Start working in some character. Plunger cutters are a great help for eyes, and if I would have thought about that before I started this video, I would have had mine ready. But I don't. That got really soft. I'm gonna let that set for just a second. See if I can find something round. Good point, Kelly. Let's see. We're just gonna wing it with the round part. am going to make them a little bit bigger before I put them on. He's okay. It kind of depends because, you know, you usually get like, well, you can get, you know, 1, or you can get the sets with 3 and 5 different sizes. I would just, you know, like hold it up. Oh, it stuck to my finger. Hold it up to the eye and see which size was gonna work the best. I'm gonna rinse my hands off really quick in some cold water. Just to make this a little easier. Well, and the good thing about those plunger cutters being in different sizes is, you know, you have the colored part of your eye, and then the middle, and then your little dots. So you could just go in order of your plunger cutters, and you wouldn't really have to measure anything. So I don't have any black. What I'm going to do is color a little bit of this chocolate I have black for the middle. And again, it does not take much. And really, this brown is so dark that there's not going to be a huge difference. There we have black. Now I gotta rinse my hands off again. Oh, I should have made a little extra because we got to give her some little eyeliner type effect. I should have enough though. Just gonna get 2 more little pieces for the middle. Let that set for a second. That's bigger. All right. So I will have enough black to do the rest of her eyes. Just gonna straighten the edges up a little bit here. And we'll add in our middles. I'm going to make her kind of looking to the side. a little bit. And we'll do our the little reflection dots, or I don't even know what people call those. I don't know. Let me see. We're going to give her a little eyeshadow. See, which way? This way? The corner is covered. Oh, okay. Let's see. Is that better, Kelly? I can move some of my modeling chocolate over here too. Hello, Jessica. Back toward me. Either my right. What if I put her there? Better. Okay. All right. I'm just working on some little let's see, little eyeshadow for her eyelid. Thank you, Dama. I'll check my sizing here. Hopefully I can get these roughly the same. Hello, Susie. That's getting sticky. Trying to do this upside down, so hopefully it's still looking okay. Let's see here. Hopefully that's still about even. I am gonna give her some, give her a little eyelash, little mascara on here. See how thin we can roll this without it breaking. Maybe I'll only have to roll one. Okay, I'm gonna let that set for just a second. I'm gonna get another one going for her little eyebrows. Then we can work on her ears. That's a little too much. Really, I only need one of these. Mm. I'll come back to those eyebrows. I'll just keep messing with them. So here, this is going to be our little, see how long I need to make this. Be our little eyeliner, eyelash type thing. Still a little bit long. I do want it to have a little bit extra. Whoa. I'll come back and shape it better once it kind of cools down for a second. It's such a little piece that it heats up really quickly in my hand. Let's see here. Thank you, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna add some ears and see what we've got from there. These are gonna be just like those big floppy ears. And actually, I won't fully be, well, I probably could go ahead and connect them, but they will be resting on the cake a little bit as well. So I'll see once we get there. And we're almost ready to go back to finishing up the cake. I promise this will look more like ears in a second. All right. Try to get them similar in shape. Then I'm going to give them some details and movement. I'm just kind of stretching it out a little, get them a little bit longer. And we'll see. They're going to need to be a little bit longer. Oh, Megan, you made it! How's the painting going? Yes, you did. You made it before noon. Yay. Alright, that's. Oh no! I grabbed my eyebrow. That's okay. Oh, yes. I forgot. Okay, so like I said, I'm not sticking these on yet. And this is obviously not how it's going to look completely done. But I just wanted to make sure that they were sized right for me. Kind of wanted. Now, that's not cool. I can quit grabbing my ear. I mean my eyebrows with my ear. This is modeling chocolate. And like I told him earlier, you can mix like 50-50 modeling chocolate and fondant if you wanted it to be a little more elastic. I've mixed it with the homemade LMF, which is what I use. Which is LMF is just marshmallow fondant and store-bought fondant mixed together. All right. Not gonna leave these just like this, but I am gonna put a little detail in them, just so I know how I want it to look. Just a little detailing. I wish I had my other tool, but I don't know where it went. That's okay. We'll just go with it. Kind of looks like a feather, but I don't know. And I'll probably work some more details into there once I get it on the cake too. And we'll also do the little details for like the whiskers. Get a little detail in the nose. So that's basically the head. I need to do the little paws real quick. And then we can get the cake back out and finish it up. Hard part's done. I'm going to take part of this, mix in some of this darker chocolate. All right. Paws are going to be pretty little. She's a smaller dog, so she doesn't really need big paws. Hello, Jessica. And I'm going, not that I've noticed, but now probably it will, Megan. Just because you put that in my head. Oh, goodness. Yes, that's my youngest. He's 1. My other 2 are playing in their room. Noises are his thing, since he can't really talk. It's totally fine. Since mine range from 13 to 1, I'm trying to decide which stage I really like the best. I don't know. They all have their challenges. All right, there's one little paw. Kind of cute. We'll do the other one. Right. I agree, Megan. Though, once they do get, past 4, then they know it all. Thank you, Kelly. I do kind of like the paw. I'm liking the paw a little more than the head. And paw number 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do is set all of this chocolate to the side. Kind of have it everywhere at this point. I mean, guys, I even have this. Okay, so this giant container of fondant and chocolate in umpteen different colors. Just keep it in a stored container, and it's very shelf stable. And keep your leftover colors. You never know when you're going to need those again. I'm going to keep these little pieces out in case I have any accidents and need to fix anything, because that always happens. Yes, I love the paw too. Like, gonna cover her cake in dog paws. Wonder if she would mind. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can slide her over without messing her up. Where'd my turntable go? Is that in the middle? Right there. Good. Good. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna grab my cake out of the fridge. Can you look right there on those boxes and give me that clear piece of acrylic or that rectangular square? This is just the crumb coated cake. It is a marble cake, but instead of doing, you know, just the traditional swirled around chocolate and vanilla, I did, I'll get it. I did the zebra stripes, so when it gets cut, it will have zebra stripes inside of it. And I colored the vanilla batter pink, so it's going to be pink and brown for the chocolate. Give me just a second to get my scraper. I'll be right back. Is that good right there? Okay, I'll push it back. Okay, back. More. Okay. Yes, Susie, I will have it available for replay. I have, that's what I was going to show you. Whoops. This is a piece I cut from the top. Just to kind of see what that color and the stripes look like. Alright, I have my buttercream here that I crumb coated with, and I just left it sitting there with me with a towel over the top. Just going to give it a mix real quick. Really, I'm just going to do this in white buttercream and use some of the modeling chocolate to kind of decorate it with. It's going to be a simpler cake. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my other. Got ahead of myself there. Put it on my other board. And I, again, was not paying attention, so I moved my cake and then didn't clean my spatula, so I got a few crumbs in there. Hopefully I can cover it up. Okay. Oh, I promise I won't drop it. Knock on wood, but I have yet to drop a cake. I probably just jinxed myself saying that, but hopefully today is not the day. Especially on a live. Like, how terrible would that be? A live cake fail. No thank you. I do not want to be a part of that group. Obviously, I'm not going for perfect on this layer. I'm just trying to get the buttercream on there, and then I will smooth it out. I'm actually contemplating in my head how this is going to be decorated. I don't want to do a lot to it because it will have the dog on the top, and that was her only request. Yeah, it would go viral. Her only request was she wanted a cute little dog cake, so. Oh, here's a question, and I should probably ask this in the group when there's more people actually watching and whatnot, but would you guys be interested in a video of keeping your layers even and icing even, and then how to cut the cake? If that is something you guys want to do, I'm more than happy to do that video. That was a ton of icing on there. Because like I said, this video wasn't really a, okay, good. Oh, okay, good, good. Yes, I'm going to have the paws kind of resting over the side. Because like I said, this video wasn't really a tutorial or anything. This is just kind of a talk to me while I work. Not worried about that right now. I will clean that up once I do the rest. Alright. Well, because earlier I know we saw where everybody has different ideas of how much cake will feed how much people. And really, like this cake right here, this is a 6-inch cake, but it is, I mean, with how much icing is on it right now, it is 6.5 inches tall. I'm in a family of 8, and it will take us like 3 days at best to eat this. It's a lot of cake. And, you know, like I said earlier, I don't allow my kids to eat gigantic slices of cake. I could watch you work all day. Awesome. That makes me feel good. That is some uneven icing, but we're going to work it out. If I could just do cake videos every single day or baking videos, I would. But hopefully 3 times a week helps. To be honest with you, this would be much better if it was a little bit less thick and like cut in half. Oh my goodness, Tina, 200 cookies. Yes, it's just a piece of like acrylic or plexiglass that I got at the hardware store. But I like it because it is a very straight edge and it has the bottom so that, I mean, this board is hard to do it on, but if I had a bigger board, you can literally rest it flat and get that perfectly straight edge. I only have that little edge to work off of, but it's okay. Hello, Sean Marie. I'm gonna fill in my gaps here. But yeah, just like with the free information, there's always little workarounds with pretty much everything. Cake tools. Like, I don't know about y'all, but my goodness, cake tools are expensive. And I love figuring out other things to use so that I don't have to spend $40 on a scraper. Yes, give it a try. Like I said, just sometimes you just gotta try and see if it works, and there you go. Ouch. All right. So for Tina, for you, this is kind of like a little podcast in the background for you. Right, exactly, Megan. That was my biggest thing, and I actually bought a couple of different things to try to come up with a solution on the scraper, and that was the biggest difficulty, was finding one that's flat all the way around, which is why I started using this. Oh, yay. I do have like an actual quote-unquote icing scraper, but it has a very rounded edge, and it's very skinny, and it has like the handle in the middle. It's awkward for me to use, so I don't really use it anymore. Also, Tina, make sure you show us those cookies when you get done. So you know what I'm talking about, Megan. Yes. Mine is in a box somewhere. I couldn't tell you. Just because I got so frustrated with it. I don't know how y'all are with like smoothing out the sides of your cake, but I go to like a overboard point with it where it's just not ever good enough. And then it just gets worse. Tractors and tires. I'd like to see those. Barn and farm animals. That sounds like a fun theme. Yep, I'm guilty of that, Megan. But that's why you guys will hear me continuously say perfection does not exist. But I struggle with it too. Because right now this is actually pretty good, but I'm still a little frustrated with it. And it is just for my daughter, but there will still be pictures taken of it and it still will go on my business page. Okay, Megan, we will do the live because there's some awesome ways on how to avoid that. My question though, because I know you do a lot of vegan stuff, do you have, well, I mean, I'm sure you do, but the vegan buttercream, do you make a vegan buttercream? Yes. Throw everything you can on it. The tops are the parts I hate the worst. The side I can work with. The tops wear me out. Yes, you do. Okay. I'll have to get that and make it just so I can work with it also. Because obviously, if I show you the tips with my buttercream and then you're not using it, probably won't work the same. 6 cakes and more is because I have 6 kids. So before I was selling cakes, it was at least 6 cakes a year for birthdays. So that's how I got my business name. All right. So again, like I said, this is not perfect, but it will work. I'm going to clean this little part of my board off. And then we're going to get the dog on here and put a little decoration on it. Thank you. Okay, where's the best place to slide this while I decorate it? I can move this out of the way too. Oops, sorry. Can I move it some? Or here. And since my cake is fully chilled, like I baked this cake yesterday and wrapped it really well and refrigerated it overnight so that like if you missed the beginning part of the video, whenever I cut it and everything, it just, that butter that I used to bake it stiffened up that cake so that it's just much easier and cleaner to cut and everything. So, let's scoot that back closer. All right, awesome. Then crumb coated it, chilled it. No, this is not a double barrel. It is definitely close. This is right almost at 6.5 inches. In general, though, my cakes are right about 5 inches. With the cutting guides I showed you guys, that's for a 4-inch tall cake. So that's still a decent sized cake. This one I did make it slightly, a double barrel is going to be right here. So, double barrel, Megan, is 2 cakes, kind of like, think about it in the terms of a 2-tiered cake, but the cake is the same size. The diameter is the same size. So if this was a double barrel, hello Trinice, what I would have done was after the first 4 inches, put another cake board that's the same size as your cake, which would have been 6 inches on mine, and then your next tier of the same size. But you do want to have your supports and your board, because it is such a tall cake, it can like crush. Yes, yes, the Canadian reindeer. Yes. That was a big cake. Okay, so I said I was going to, I have to move my little dog head. Got some icing on his face. I'm going to take some of this modeling chocolate and just do a little border around the bottom because my icing is not exactly how I would like it to look. Ooh, I just had another good idea. This chocolate hardened back up on me, so I'm just going to soften it back up a little bit. We're also, I do want to do a live on structure. I'm noticing that, like in my questions that I asked to come into the group, a lot of people are saying that they're having problems with cake structures. So we could definitely do a live on that and some little tips and tricks on those. Part of this. Okay, let me get one thing. Oh no. Gabrielle. Let's see, what kind of a border do I want to do? I don't really like that one. Okay, guys. Time to vote. On the bottom border, 1, 2, or 3. This one's 1, this one's 2, and this one's 3. While I'm rolling this out, let me know which one y'all like. Three. Yes, that was the first one that I was thinking too. You like 1, 3. There's another 3. One. Uh-oh. We're tied. Somebody's gonna have to break the tie here. Oh, Cassandra, that did not help. That was not a tiebreaker. We need one more vote, guys. Or somebody needs to change their mind. Boy, y'all are stubborn. Nobody's gonna budge on that? Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, so 3 it is. I'm gonna straighten up the bottom here. And we'll do 3. Yes, I am loving these paws. Alright, we'll start with this piece because it might fall apart on me. And I will go back in and clean it up. Roll another one. Oh, and this cake is also getting gold candles because she is into the metallics right now. Yes, she wanted the puppy cake. That was her only request, was that it have a puppy on it. So while she's at school, I'm working on her puppy cake. And like I said, I've never sculpted a dog before, so I'm just kind of winging it. But I am pretty happy with it. We'll do the finishing little touches here in just a second. I'm sure she'll want to go back also, and she likes to watch the videos of especially her stuff being made. And I will, oh, that's what I was going to say was, whoa, after it gets cut tonight, I will post a picture of the inside of the cake with the zebra stripes, how I did. See, and guys, this works just as well as fondant. And now nobody has to actually eat any fondant. And like I told y'all, this can, oh, I love it when that happens. This is a great way to upsell. You know, a trade-off on fondant. So there we have our little border that you guys helped decide on. I'm just going to make that the front. Okay, I'm going to take her ears off. Actually, do I want to put her paws on first? I think we're going to put her paws on first. I do want to have them coming like over the side of the cake. At least one of them. Oh man, I'm excited to see those cakes, Cassandra. All right, one paw down. Let me take her ears off. Let's see. Do we want her head on her ears? Can't play with this a whole lot because it'll start mushing that buttercream. I think what I am going to need to do, because that paw is kind of thick right there, I'm going to have to give the head a little bit of a base to sit on so it's not like pointing up. Oh, thank you. See, so the head is probably going to be best like that. One thing about this modeling chocolate, so if you put it on the fondant and totally want to, I mean on the fondant, on the buttercream and completely want to rework it, once it's got buttercream in it, you can't really rework it anymore. It doesn't, it won't come together right. Just shaping my other paw. So it can come over the side. Also, my buttercream's getting kind of soft. All right. And I kind of pushed my buttercream a little there, but it's okay. There's. Now we got to do our ears. And figure out. There's one ear. We'll get this. A cute red tongue. I can do that, and that will cover up this little space down here. Good idea, Kelly. Ah. Okay. I messed up a little on my detail here on the ear, but I'll go back and fix that. So there's our little ears. Not perfect, and there's definitely a few things I would change next time, but not bad for the first modeling chocolate dog. If I can get this red open. All right. We'll put a little red tongue there. Oh, I have my little rose from yesterday. Now she's got a little flower on her ear. Thank you, you guys. All right. Let's give her a tongue. Thank you. Definitely gonna have to decide on the length for the tongue. This might be a little extreme. That's a little too long. I don't know. What do y'all think? Shorter? I'm just taking my toothpick and putting a little bit of detail to where little whiskers would be. All right. Then there's your little modeling chocolate dog on the cake. Shorter and thinner. So we have long, we have short. I did put a line in the middle, but it doesn't show up on camera really well. I think she would kind of like that one. So I'll leave it like that. All right, that's basically all I plan to do with this. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And like I said, later tonight I'll post the picture of it cut so you can see that zebra stripe I did with the marble dough. So again, thanks, and I'm sure I'll talk to y'all in the group today. And this video will be available to watch later on also. But thank you for all your input, guys. Bye.